Right, let's cut to the chase. A Siamese algae eater is one of the only fish that's going to eat your blackbeard algae. Other similar fish, your Chinese algae eater, full siamensis and flying fox, do not eat it. So we're going to go through how to identify if you've got a Siamese algae eater and some other care information about these lovely fish. First off, it's important to point out these guys don't eat it their whole lives. As soon as they hit about 3 inches, they stop eating the BBA. So it's not a long-term solution. And bearing in mind these guys live to about 10 years old, you've got to really want this fish rather than just want it to solve a problem. Some folks say if you're wanting it to attack your BBA, then don't overfeed because otherwise they don't bother. That's not necessarily my experience. To me, these active wee fish forage all day long. Certainly till they put on a bit of size anyway. When they're wee, constantly foraging and eating helps them to put on size a bit quicker, which is what they're wanting to do and why they do it. So they're certainly pretty tireless initially while they're foraging, and they're omnivorous, so they'll take anything. Flake, pellet, frozen, live, and notoriously your BBA. So they're schooling fish and tend to hang about together, certainly while they're quite young, and like to play together in the current like a wee pod of dolphins. They're fast and they're active. You can see the shape of them lends themselves to being in current, so they will appreciate a wee bit of current. They can jump like a dolphin too, so you need a tight fitting lid, otherwise you can lose them. But give them a nice planted tank and they should be dead happy in there. They come from the carp family and originate from Southeast Asia. And they're playful wee things. They like each other's company, so it's best to get a group if you can. Some people report them to be quite territorial, and again, I've not really found that. I've found them to be playful with each other, and sometimes they try to play with other fish that just don't appreciate it or get it. That's what it looks like from my point of view anyway. I've never seen them hassling a fish so much that it concerns me. However, other fish like your red-tailed shark that doesn't tolerate anything similar to it can hassle these wee guys the other way round. I keep calling them wee guys right enough, but they'll get to about 6 inches eventually. Their ideal temperature range is 24 to 26 degrees and the pH range probably about 6.5 to 8. So how do we know we got a Siamese algae eater and not one of the other fish that look very similar in many ways? First of all, they've got the mouth of a normal fish and not the sucker mouth of a plec, which a Chinese algae eater will have. Also, your Chinese algae eater and your flying fox can have a gold line on the top of the black line that you see here. The Siamese algae eater does not have that gold line, and the black line goes all the way to the end of the tail there. The Siamese algae eater only has one set of barbels at the front, a couple of wee whiskers if you like, and one of the best ways I know to identify the Siamese algae eater is the fins are always clear. There are no black, red, orange, yellow flecks in it at all. If your fins are not completely clear, I don't believe it's going to be a Siamese algae eater. Having said these guys are constantly on the go, and they generally are, they do rest from time to time, like this wee fella here. You'll often find them on broad-leaved plants just having a wee rest, or in this case on my algae scraper. I mentioned they can be jumpers, and that's one of the things with these wee guys, they can be a little bit skittish. So if you approach the tank too quickly or make a sudden movement or a loud noise, they do tend to startle a little bit. Not really fair on them, just try and avoid doing that. That's a great shot there. Look, 3 of the best algae eaters in the business. Siamese algae eater, Oxycticus catfish above it, and over on the right behind the plants, a bristlenose pleco. So aside from anything else I've said there, they are great wee fish, they are really enjoyable. A bigger tank is best for them if you can provide it. Like I said, they get to about 6 inches and they are good swimmers, so longer rather than taller would be great for them. Obviously it'd be better to avoid aggressive tank mates, but they are quick, they can get out of the way if they want to. Please remember they can live up to 10 years and they only eat BBA for a very small portion of that, so if you are getting them for that reason, please make sure that you want to keep them afterwards, or you've got a plan of what you're going to do with them afterwards, because they are great with fish, they've got great with personalities, but there is that commitment of how long they live to think about too. They're a great with fish though, very enjoyable, especially if you can get a small group. Really interesting seeing all the angles they get into when they're foraging. But if you think I've forgotten anything or left anything out, please put it in the comments below.